Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Zeebo Nation Plays the FM Scout Academy Challenge with FC Dallas. And here we are, Season 7 Western Conference Finals of the MLS playoffs. We're in the second leg. We already played the first leg off camera. Well, take a look at that. Why not? Here we go. There it is. Let's grab these highlights. Maybe, possibly, there. There we are. Trying to fight back a cough. You know, it's not a video if I don't cough directly into the microphone, but I'm trying not to. Anyway, here we are. We had the 2-1 victory in the first leg. Very, very nice. Not quite as good as previous series where we started out 3-1. But anyway, let's take a look at the highlights. The key highlights, because there aren't really many highlights at all to this game. It was definitely a conservative affair on both parts. We sort of held possession for a long time, but here we go. Here's Escobedo with the corner kick to Zimmerman to Johnson. That's one of my favorite set plays right there. Send the ball into the box, let the two central defenders go get it, the big guys, the guys who can jump and head the ball. Might as well let them put those skills to good use, and there we go, up 1-0. And there we go, all the way until the second half. And here's Thompson with the free kick right into the bottom corner of the goal. So there we go, two special teams goals. Puts us up 2-0. And we're in control for just much of the match. I mean, here we are. We're already 76 minutes in before Minnesota gets their first highlight. And there we go, a header that kind of goes astray, straight to Gomez, and he plants it in the back of the net. Beats our goalkeeper pretty handily there to narrow the lead to 2-1. But there's already 77 minutes gone, and here we are, 91 minutes gone, stoppage time. And that's it. That's it. That's all the highlights you get. You get 3 goals, and that's it. Not much else happens. So there we are. That's where we stand. We're up 2-1 over Minnesota, going into the final match of the Western Conference playoffs, second leg. Here we go, match preview. Let's take a look. Maybe. All right. So it looks like they're going to go attacking. This is kind of how they went in the first leg, but it just wasn't successful for them. I don't know, they're played very conservatively, so I don't know if they're going to continue to do that in the second leg or not. I mean, we got those 2 away goals, so we're, ahead of the game here. This is the team we went with in the first match, I think. I don't know that there's any real reason to change it up. Not that I can think of. It's Sanchez in goal. Obviously, we got no choice there. Acosta and Escobedo at the fullbacks. No yellow card for Escobedo. I mean, that was a miracle. Johnson, Zimmerman in central defense. Those two guys have been playing steady together for several years now. No real reason to change that up, especially since we can just bring Valenzuela off the bench if necessary. Van de Castile, McCrecky, Thompson, Zamora in the midfield. Now, I thought about maybe bringing in Ulloa for Van de Castile at that defensive midfielder role. It might not be the worst idea in the world, but I'm not going to do it. Just, I don't want to break the flow, break the magic here, so we're going to leave those guys set. And then, of course, Alcantara and Washington in the striker positions. We've got Manning coming off the bench. That's a lot of firepower coming off the bench. Instruction-wise, I think we're going to go control right off the start. We're going to just kind of try to control the match against these boys like we did in the first game and let them be the ones to make the adjustment. So if they start coming forward, if they start pressuring us, which is kind of against their tendencies to put a lot of pressure. So if they do start pressuring us, then we can move to the counterattack and take advantage of them that way. But let's let them make the adjustment. So here we are. They are going with the 4-2-3-1. Fairly attacking formation. Doesn't look like they have their fullbacks in attack mode at the moment. No, so that bodes well for us. This is a formation we can handle pretty well without, unless the other team puts their fullbacks in attack mode, we're usually pretty good against this formation because our control game just keeps the ball away from their strikers and their advanced their advanced players who typically aren't very good at defense and can't, steal the ball away from us. So, it's different than the Mexican formation that we do have difficulty with, because the Mexican formation typically has two defensive midfielders who are good at taking the ball away. So they rely on their defensive midfielders, take the ball away, get the ball to their, skilled advanced players. But I don't know that Minnesota has the personnel to do that to us. So unless they get some lucky goals, like we saw they got that set play goal, the specialty teams goal. I mean, we got 2 specialty team goals against them, so I guess we can't talk about that too much. But there's Duca. He's a pretty good player, but Van de Castile is there to steal the ball, so it's a good thing we didn't take him out. And now here we are controlling the match. All right, so that's, they're operating on our side of the pitch at the moment. Looks like they're bringing their fullbacks up a little bit. Swastek, Escobedo with the foul. There's, don't get a red card. That's all I ask, buddy. I do believe this was his second. Well, I don't know. We'll see. Red card. Oh, son of a biscuit. All right. So this is not the way we want to start the match off. 2 minutes in, and Escobedo gets a red card. It is what it is. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna go counterattack, route 1, pass into space. Okay, and then what do we do? I don't want to take out Washington and Alcantara at the moment. I mean, it's 2 of our best players. What do I want to do here? What to do? I could take out Zamora, McCrecky. I think it's down to those 2. Maybe Van de Castile, but no, what I could do if I wanted to get wacky is I could just take Van de Castile out and move him down there. Like so. Move him to left fullback. Is there any way I could make this work? No, I can't. If Acosta was the defensive midfielder, that would be no problem right there. But I'm going to have to bring somebody in who can play fullback, which means Cole is my sole option right now. So it looks like we're going to have to do that. But I don't think I want to do that. I guess we'll have to take out McCrecky or Zamora. Take out Zamora. I mean, I don't like doing that. Taking out our captain is not a good idea. Could move Zamora down here, move McCrecky over here, take out McCrecky. Alright, we'll do that. So now we got Zamora in the midfield. That's fine enough. And then later in the game, we can take out, one of these 2 strikers, but we got to get a goal first. Take out our strikers once we get a goal. Alright, I believe in you. There's much to come. Let's do it. So we're kind of behind the 8 ball. We're only 1 goal up. 2 away goals here. Sanchez with the save on that free kick, so nothing immediately comes of that. But we're now got to play the whole dang game with 1 less player. I'm very, very upset about that. I mean, it's getting to the point where, once again, I'm thinking about trading Escobedo, our best player. Oh, there we go. Alcantara. Nice. Sins are forgiven because our strikers are so dominant. This is what these 2 guys can do when they're paired together. You can't stop Washington. He's too big, and he just heads the ball on to Alcantara, who is too fast and too skilled, and just plants the ball in the back of the net. Especially now that he's playing the complete forward role. I mean, the guy can play all over the field. He can make much more of an impact on the game than he could as just a mere advanced playmaker, or advanced forward, that is. So there we go. Get the ball to Washington. Let him make a play here. Acosta, can he send it forward? Is somebody going to send it forward for Alcantara? No, that's not quite the pass I was looking for, but there's Zamora. He wins it back. So Alcantara, can he take on the whole defense by himself? Doesn't need to. Drops it off to Washington, to Thompson. We still have our fullbacks on attack, which could lead to a counterattack, but there's Acosta getting by his man. Washington. Alcantara was wide open. Why didn't you pass it to Alcantara? All right, now I seriously. Okay, we've had our fun. Fun and games are over with. It's substitution time. First things first, fullbacks. Put them on either defense or support. That's not you. That's not you down here. Here we go. I forgot about. I made the substitution. Okay, so we'll put Cole on support, put Acosta on defense. And just so that they don't get too wacky and out of control and downfield. So that's first things first. And then I guess we're going to take out Washington. Maybe we should start the game up. That's a good idea. Maybe at halftime, if we can make it to halftime without them getting too many chances against us. All right, here we are. Here's Minnesota with the throw in to Duca. Let's see if we can blunt this attack. They don't seem to be sending a ton of guys forward. They still are keeping people back. Maybe that's because our counterattack is keeping them honest. I can hope that that's the case. But they are getting a little bit of a build-up. There's Cole with the nice interception, but Washington doesn't go get that ball. So maybe now is a good time to take out Washington. Gomez, we got to watch him. He's their goal scorer. Cole saves the ball to the back. Duca ties it up. Fourth goal of the season. We're still ahead on aggregate, so that's fine. Here's the replay. Cole plays it out, but he can't play it out far enough. Stanko saves it to Duca, who scores. He's a good player. It's hard to stop that guy. 26 minutes down. See if we can make it to halftime. We still got a long way to go. Here's Cole to Washington. It's just so hard to take Washington out. Thompson loses the ball, but Washington gets it back. Centers it to nobody in particular. Goalkeeper is there. Diaz. I'm not familiar with Diaz. I don't recall if he was one of the leading goalkeepers this season or not. Thompson wins it back up to Washington. It's so hard. Without the advanced midfielder there, we need Washington as our target man. I mean, Alcantara as the complete forward can be his own target man, I suppose. Looks like our fullback are still making the run up at the top. There's Alcantara with a shot. I mean, look at this, 10 men down. Or 10 men down. 1 man down. And, we're still playing very well against this team. So it's hard when both of your two best players are your strikers. It's hard to take one out. I think at halftime, I keep saying that because it's so tempting to leave these guys in. Here we are with a free kick, Alcantara. We'll probably bring in Ulloa for defensive purposes. There's Thompson with a shot, but Diaz is able to save it. Without these strikers, our team is not as dominant as I would like. We're pretty good. We're still pretty good without these two guys, but it's those two strikers, Washington and Alcantara, that make us head and shoulders above the other teams in the MLS. So taking them away is like taking away our biggest advantage. Here's Duca on the free kick. Washington is there. It's so hard to get past him. I mean, he's so big, and he can jump so high that kind of stuff doesn't happen. Who was that who got beat on the back end there? That was probably Van de Castile. He's our littlest He's our smallest guy. There it is. Parker just goes up and over him. Can't compete there. So there we go. They tie it up just before the end of the half. 1 minute to go in regulation. 1 minute to go in stoppage time now. Stanko. I love that name, by the way. Tony Stanko. That's probably not his first name, but who cares? Ramirez gets a header on it, but it goes over. Ramirez, in the first year of this save, was a rookie, so now he's one of the real veterans of the league. Got to keep an eye on him. There we are, up to Washington. He heads it back to Johnson. Alcantara, is he going to send it? No, he's going to take it himself and just fire it. I mean, at this point, who's going to question Alcantara? Not me. All right, so there's halftime. 2-2. We're still up on aggregate goals. They've tied us now in terms of away goals, so we can't allow too many more goals, or we're gonna be in trouble. All right, come on, lads. We're a man down, but we can still get a result here. Now let's take a look at our tactics. Unfortunately, I'm familiar with being in this position thanks to Escobedo doing the same thing to me in the Olympics, and it didn't turn out very well there either. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring Alcantara down to the midfield. Or, I mean, we're going to bring Washington down to the midfield. We're going to sub him out for Ulloa. And we're going to put Ulloa, ball-winning midfielder, in support. We're going to put Thompson. Yeah, he's still a deep-lying playmaker. And it's going to be on Zamora as our advanced playmaker. Maybe we should put him in the middle. Let's do that. Put Zamora in the middle as the advanced playmaker. So, I mean, you know, you might technically think I should put him up there to complete the diamond, but I don't know. I want to keep him down here in the midfield just to give us a little bit more of a defensive presence down here. Van de Castile is fine where he's at. Do I have any other fullbacks I can bring in? Not really. What I could do is put in Johnson at the right wing, bring Acosta, put him at defensive midfielder, and then bring in Valenzuela in central defense and sort of just put more of our defensive players in there. But Van de Castile has played pretty well, other than getting beat on that header. Because he is only 5'7", so we shouldn't be relying on him to defend that back line anyway. I don't know what that's all about. But maybe at this point, beggars can't be choosers. Acosta's not much bigger than he is. He's only 5'10". But let's see, that doesn't make too much of a difference. Let's just go with this. We'll continue with our counterattack. Just fire the ball down to Alcantara. Let him take on the defense 1-on-4. Or if they come forward, 1-on-2. We'll see. Anyway, let's go, boys. We can still win this one, even if we give up another goal. No. Okay. Now we're in trouble. Our two best players, Escobedo, suspended. Alcantara, injured. Now, good news is, Ben Manning, heck of a young player. Good man. He's not a complete forward, though. He is a target man, which isn't the worst thing in this situation. So we're going to bomb the ball down to Manning, and, hopefully he can do something. But that's now all three of our substitutions have been made. Or is that just two? That's 1, 2. 2 substitutions have been made. So we got one more, right? Cole, Ulloa. No. That is our third substitution. Okay, that's what the 3 green arrows mean. I was looking at those and saying, yeah, that's 3 arrows. but I just wasn't believing what I was seeing. So there we go. We've made all of our substitutions now. This is going to be tight. This is going to be tight. It's FM trying to FM us here. Let's see. What do we say to this guy? There's much more to come from you. I completely believe in you, Mr. Ben Manning. So FM is trying to FM us in the A. I didn't really want to say that, but it was there. Everybody knew that's what was coming. Okay. Are we playing disciplined right now? We are. I don't think we are. That's our problem. Structured? No, we are playing disciplined. Okay. So that's not our problem. Our problem is just our problem. All right, so here's Minnesota on the attack. Looks like they're coming forward now. They don't have to deal with Acosta. They don't have to deal with Alcantara. There's a centering pass. Sanchez doesn't play that very well, but luckily it hits the post. And we're able to clean it up for a corner kick here. All right, Duca sends it in, but we're able to head it out to Stanko. See what we can do here. Nice defensive play there. Thompson cleans it up. All right, 60 minutes gone. And we're still giving up the highlights, but it's not too dangerous. Here's Manning coming back, getting involved, trying to win the ball. Trying to play a one-man wrecking crew out there. Now he's going forward. Zamora sends it. He looks way offsides. No, he's not offsides. Manning on the run. Can he outpace the defense? He does. Gets the shot off. That's enough, I think, to make them nervous. At least to make them respect our counterattack a little bit. So that was a good counterattack. It'll keep them honest a little bit here. 70 minutes down. Johnson's getting a little bit tired. Zimmerman has a yellow card. That's all we need. Oh, gosh. If Zimmerman gets kicked out of this game and we go down to 9 men, forget about it. Forget about it. We'd have to, I don't know what we'd do in that situation. Bring Uloa maybe down to central defense or something. That would be disastrous. I don't know. Van de Castile is tired. 92 minutes. Down 1 minute left of stoppage time. We can hold on for the aggregate victory. There it is. Full time at Toyota Stadium. Wow. That last half flew by because we were just totally in a defensive shell there. But luckily we were able to salvage the draw. 2-2 allows us to advance on aggregate goals. I don't know what to say here. Nice victory, I guess. Well done. Escobedo, though. All right. What does this guy have to say? Florence Horvath from ESPNFC.com. Devious reporter. Given the lack of discipline that led to his dismissal, will Escobedo be featuring in your first team plans again soon? I guess it might be best if Escobedo sits out a few matches. He's going to be suspended for the MLS Cup. So we gotta... the solution to that is pretty obvious. We've had to deal with him out in the past, so it's nothing new. We'll either put in Cole or Acosta or somebody. We'll be able to play that left fullback. We'll be all right. The real problem is this. I'm hesitant to click on this next email. I don't really want to, because the headline reads, Carlos Alcantara injured. Let's check it out. Injured for 4 to 5 weeks. Torn groin muscle. Injured kicking the ball. Ouch, ouch, ouch. You never want to kick the ball and tear your groin. That is just the worst possible combination of things that could happen to a gentleman. So, yeah. This is going to be difficult. Going to be tricky. We're going to have to figure some stuff out here. Escobedo suspended for a match. I mean, I guess I'll appeal. Because what are you going to do but appeal? I'm going to fine him a week's salary. And confirm. I mean, at this point, it's too late. But achievement unlocked. I'm the boss. That's the first time I've ever fined anybody. I've decided to appeal against the suspension. All right, so let's take a look. Alcantara impresses. Yes, 2 goals, very impressive. And then he tears his groin. Zimmerman has been tipped to be within a shout of being named MLS Defender of the Year. How do you rate his chances? This is from Evan Hewitt of the American Soccer Free Press. Experienced with great respect. I like this guy. He's a friend of mine. He's been very impressive and deserves the award. Cody Peacock from the American Soccer Gazette. I don't know why I'm answering all these things right now, but it's too late. You must have been proud following the response of your team in the reaction to the dismissal. They showed tremendous spirit to get the result, didn't they? Yes, they did. It was a magnificent effort. Escobedo's horror tackle in that match is likely to get much criticism from others, but what are your thoughts? It was an ugly challenge. Nobody wants to see tackles like that. I got to start yelling at this guy. He just doesn't learn. I've tried being the nice guy. Now I'm going to have to jump on him a little bit. This is a whole season's worth of just garbage from that guy. Everyone enjoyed Alcantara's goal. Yes, I can't think of much better. How damaging was it for your side to give up a goal just before halftime? Yeah, I was hoping we could whatever. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Escobedo accepts the fine. Miguel Escobedo has acknowledged he deserved to be fined for his dismissal. He understands that better judgment is required of a senior squad member and will do his utmost to improve his game. All right, so hopefully that will buy us. I mean, it doesn't do us any good this season. Obviously, I should have done that sooner. But, yeah. So let's move on just a little bit, see who we play in the MLS Cup. Western Conference Finals are over. Barely squeaking by Minnesota. Alcantara breaks the goal-scoring record. Alcantara's 22 goals for FC Dallas sets a new record. Alcantara previously held the record in 2018 with 21 goals. So good on him breaking his own record. Let's see, competitions. New York and Philadelphia apparently tied in their first game. Let's see, boys. Competitions. New York and Philadelphia still playing. They're playing a day-long match, apparently. Federation considers FC Dallas' suspension appeal. They have ruled that you did not have valid grounds for appeal and have upheld the 1-game suspension. Okay, so that was just a shot in the dark anyway. It's fine. It's fine. We can deal. We can deal. MLS Players of the Week. Alcantara comes in second place with his torn groin. Come on, people. Do we see on the schedule who we're playing yet? Why won't they just announce? Why won't they just announce who we're playing? Come on. Continue. This happened last year, didn't it? Where it was like, I basically got to within one click of finding out who I played in the MLS Cup, but I quit the recording. So I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to keep pressing this button until we figure out who we're playing in the MLS Cup. Or if we ever play the MLS Cup, I don't know. Maybe they just canceled it this season. Why not? There we go. MLS Cup pits FC Dallas versus Philadelphia Union. I do not recall how these guys finished. Now let's take a look at the MLS overview season preview. That's interesting, but that's not what I want. Stages, I guess. MLS Cup. Current season, yes, 2021. Current, no, yes. No. We want current season. What am I looking at here? Try this drop-down list. There we go. How about Supporters Shield table? Where did Philadelphia finish? They finished 6th in the Supporters Shield, which was good enough for first place in the Eastern Conference. Is that correct? Oh my gosh, the Eastern Conference was like garbage this season. No, Montreal. Okay, Montreal. Yeah, Montreal's in the East. What am I thinking? So they were second place in the Eastern Conference, 52 points. I mean, basically tied with Montreal. The goal differential is not good. 3 plus 3 in goal differential. That's not good for them. Considering we were like plus what, 23? Yeah. So I think we're going to have a decided edge in firepower over Philadelphia. But we'll discuss that in our next recording. We'll also discuss what to do about these injuries and suspensions and all that stuff. So until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.